I know you had a time frame for that goal, that big dream to come to life, and here we are feeling like you have nothing in your hand. Time done came and gone, and you still standing here empty-handed. How do you handle the discouragement when things aren't done in the timeline you wanted them to be? Do you give up? Do you have an attitude? Have you cussed time out and given it a piece of your mind? How was your mindset during your waiting season? When giving up is not an option and you want a better attitude and mindset, let's get into a better relationship with time. I'm sharing some super duper exciting news and dropping some gems on how to stay encouraged when it's taken long AF. Get into a new relationship with time because time is not your enemy. It's often the friend you need to help you get yourself together so you can be ready when your dreams meet reality. Ready for me to be your personal mindset coach? Work with me one-on-one. Let's let go of what's holding you back and get the mindset you need so you can chase your dreams while doing all the things. You don't have to just dream about the life you love. You can actually live the life of your dreams. With my simple strategies, you can go from imagining to manifesting, from just trying to thriving. Let's rewrite your story now. Tap the link in the show notes and apply now. Your next level you is awaiting. Let's go on this journey together. In the midst of doing all the things, you can do all things and chase your dreams. Stay encouraged as we go on this journey called life, tackling everything that comes our way while we shine our light despite any circumstances we face. No more downplaying or dimming your light, because through the good, the bad, and everything in between, together we can encourage over everything. Hey, encourager, and this message is coming to you with lots of love and positive energy. I hope you are in a position to receive. If you're not in receiving mode, take a deep breath and say to yourself, I receive. As an encourager, even if your default is a positive one, it doesn't mean you won't experience some discouragement. So what happens when you do? Do you end up with a sourpuss attitude, constantly listing everything you hate? Or are you quick to snap out of it and make the best of it? Depending on the situation, it's easy to fall on one side or the other. But truth be told, time is one of those things that can really get on our nerves. Everything is a process. No matter what it is, it's going to take time, and we never truly know what amount of time that will be. Now, math was never my strong suit, but for me, time has always been the X factor. So most of the time, I'm solving for Y and lean deep into my why, which are the reasons why I'm doing all this in the first place. In a world where you are busy, you've got a household to run, crazy kids' schedules, work, and that's just a tip of the iceberg. With all the adulting going on and all the roles you're working so hard to fill, it can cause you to forget about one of the most important relationships that you have, the one with you. Whether you've just been too busy making everyone else's world go round, or maybe you're living according to what somebody else thought was best for you, or maybe life just happened and it's got you feeling like you don't even know who you are or what you want anymore. There are so many things that can distract or disconnect you from your inner knowing. Go from feeling lost or disconnected to reconnected with the Reignite Your Inner Knowing roadmap. Get you back in touch with yourself and feeling like a priority on your own list. knowing your desires and what you want at this season in your life, you can live the life of your dreams. And it starts with the connection you have with you. Check the show notes to get the Reignite Your Inner Knowing roadmap. It's your time to get back in touch with you. Click the show notes and get started. I would be lying if I said I was always this patient person that's just chill and goes with the flow. No. The younger or even single version of me was so far from that. I may or may not have gotten on my own nerves a time or two. Especially in the case of my old single self. I went years, in search of a relationship, like a real one with some longevity that would actually last longer than a time it would take me to binge one of my favorite series on Netflix, okay? You know, the dating scene can be treacherous, filled with booby traps and landmines. While there were times I enjoyed it, it was hard AF at times to stay encouraged throughout the process. I mean, at one point, I legit thought my man was in heaven and I'd see him when I got there. I'm so ridiculous sometimes, but it's okay. Even though I said it jokingly, I lightweight meant it, okay? In my waiting season, I had to get into a better relationship with time. So I'm sharing my recipe on how to handle being discouraged with time, okay? I truly believe, and this is my own favorite quote by me, one of them at least, anything worth having is worth every second it takes to get it. And this idea took me a lot of time and lessons to learn. In my single days, I had a timetable. I wanted to be remarried and have another baby. So early on, I felt like I was just interviewing candidates and none of them seemed to be right for the position. I swear one day, my best friend Kim and we are going to write a book about our hilarious dating chronicles. There did come a shift when I began looking at myself differently. I realized I wasn't girlfriend material because God made me a wife, okay? When I seen myself that way, I began believing that meant God would send me a husband, someone who valued marriage in the way that I did. At this point, I had been dating someone for a few months, and he was in no rush to introduce me to his family or friends. Now, he did introduce me to someone in his circle, but I felt like that had been done more so just to appease me. I realized we just wanted different things. I wanted a relationship that led to marriage, truly blending our lives, family and friends into one, while he wanted companionship, a relationship that was much more on a surface level. It wasn't that either of our ways was wrong. What we wanted individually just didn't align with what we wanted as a future couple. So I ended things with him. I had dated enough to learn that the person who wanted a relationship spent their time trying to convince the other person who didn't want one that they did in fact want one, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying. But why try to convince somebody? It's as if to say, I'm such an awesome human that you'll forget all about what you want in order to give me what I want. Well, I didn't want to have to convince anyone of anything. And I learned it never worked out anyway. The one who gave in settled. Not only did I not want to settle, but I also knew I didn't want somebody to settle for me. I knew God made me a wife. I was meant to be a blessing to my man, whoever he was, and his family and friends. And that was the mindset I had that led me to my love. And if I tell you, not only does this man love me beyond what I ever thought I'd experience in this life, so does his family. And they tell me they'd pick me over him in a minute. I love sharing my favorites with you. My favorite app on my phone is the Growth Day app. The journal feature is everything. If you want to be able to journal literally anywhere you have your phone in hand, this is for you. If you don't know what to write, no worries. You will want this for the science-backed journal prompts alone. It's a great place to reflect, explore, gain new insights, and level up your perspective. This all-in-one personal development app has a great plan section, a place to capture your life scores, and so much more. Now, if you love self-improvement as much as I do, you are going to love what Brendan Burchard has put together. Check out the link in show notes, and I'll see you there. All right. I digress. But my point is, you have to decide who you will be when you face discouragement. Whatever your goal is, that dream you want to come true, you have to know there will be some discouragement along the way. If you want that degree, there will be some hard assignments. You may even fail some tests and get low grades. If you want that promotion, you know you may face some rejection by being turned down for positions you apply for or never even get a call for an interview. If you want to launch that business, there may be some deadlines missed, things that don't go according to plan, or unexpected things to come up that you now have to deal with. Or just the fact that it's taking way longer to get it popping than you originally planned. Isn't all of that applicable to anything we go after? Knowing all of that up front, who will you be when you face being discouraged? You get to decide. You get to decide your mindset. You get to decide if you'll think positively and stay positive to fully experience each phase of the process. We all know we should trust the process, quote unquote, but that means believing that you'll get the outcome you want or a better one. So where is your belief? Sometimes we don't realize we've got mixed energy going on. We say we want something, but then have the mindset it won't happen for me. Well, when we do that, we get what we believe. The universe just responds by giving you what you believe because that's what your energy is a match to. In other words, don't say you want it, but don't believe you can have it. The more I said I wanted a relationship, but joked about my man being in heaven, okay, don't judge me. The more I began looking at it that way. The universe is happy to give you whatever you want. So make sure you aren't contradicting what you want. You get to decide your attitude. This is huge. Are you going to be irritable, short-fused, unhappy, or even depressed during your waiting season? Or are you going to have a good attitude, stay positive or upbeat? This again goes back to the energy and what you want to attract. If you're hating the process, it's going to be miserable for you. Straight up. We spend way more time in the process of it all than we do at the finish line. So why spend so much time being unhappy? Stop placing conditions on your happiness. I'll be happy when I get the job. I'll be happy when we move. I'll be happy when the kids go off to college. I'll be happy when I get my dream car. I'll be happy when my business is booming. I'll be happy when I'm married. Why not be happy because you woke up today and have another chance to invest in your dreams? Why not be happy because you get to enjoy living at every single stage and season in your life? Why not just be happy for the sake of attracting more happiness into your life? All because you get to decide who you want to be despite whatever is swirling on around you. You can have a positive mindset by staying focused on all the positive that's happening, seen and unseen. You can trust you are being prepared for exactly what you asked for. The process is really the unfolding of how exactly what you asked for comes to life. You were not born just to check a bunch of stuff off of all your list. Or to snap your fingers and be at the finish line. Things often don't unfold in the way you thought they would. Speaking of which, I want to take this moment to share some super duper exciting news with you. I'm engaged. Yes. My love asked for my hand in marriage, and I said yes. Woo-hoo! Well, technically, I said yes twice because my voice cracked so hard from being in tears of joy that I had to say it again. We've been together for almost 4 years now, and our anniversary is actually just days before he proposed. But when I was single, I had a timeline of dating for 2 years and then getting engaged. Can I tell you, in the middle of dating, I changed my mind. It became far more important to me that we have a healthy relationship that was ready to go to that next step of marriage. That was more important to me than just meeting some timeline. Ooh, if that ain't growth, honey. You are worthy of self-care every day, not just on a Sunday. As you do all the things and chase your dreams, self-care has to be a major part of your day-to-day life. Giving yourself what you need is the key to being able to give everybody else what they need. If you're having a hard time making sure your self-care is on your list, get all the deets in the Encourager's Insider Guide to Self-Care. These free, easy DIY tips for simple ways to make self-care a part of your daily routine, plus some bonus goodies. Get your free Encourager's Guide to Self-Care because you deserve to be a priority on your list. Grab it right on the blog or the show.encourageovereverything.com/self-care freebie. No more being last on your list. Grab it today and give yourself the gift of self-care. Not to say that at 2 years our relationship wasn't healthy, but our intentions were to focus on us making sure we were good and really ready for our relationship to go to that level of marriage. I had to just point that out again because I feel like so many times we are on a timeline, and because we envision things to happen in this specific time frame, that we move forward even when it ain't right because this is the time we said that we wanted it. We are forever, so why rush what is eternal and will last far beyond this lifetime? I have waited a long time for this season in my life, and I never imagined it would unfold in the way that it has. Shoot, just the way my day went leading up to the engagement. Later on that evening was a complete surprise. So many stories to share, so stay tuned. Now that I'm here, living inside of my dream come true, I wouldn't change one thing, including the amount of time it took to get here. Anything worth having is worth every second it takes to get it. It doesn't matter how many terrible dates I had before he found me. It doesn't matter how long I was single before my love made it official. It doesn't even matter how long we'll be engaged before we get married. So if you already have picked out my wedding colors, my venue, and date, I say, let us live. We about to enjoy being engaged and calling each other fiance. I'm living what I coach you to do. Live in the present by being present and enjoy the unfolding. Don't you want life to surprise you? Now, if you don't like surprises, hang on, let's think this through. How boring would life be if everything you ever wanted happened in the exact way that you wanted? Where is the pizzazz, the flair, the piece de resistance? You know what I'm saying? Life is colorful, multidimensional, and absolutely magical when we release our desire to control everything. We stand to gain far more than we could ever have imagined possible. You are a powerful co-creator. You get to have your hands in your creation, but thank goodness you ain't the only one. You get to experience the richness and fullness of life. Don't put yourself in a box with only what you can see. You leave some life on the table when you do that. Time is relative. Whatever you are in the waiting season for, whether it's a new job, a career change, or promotion, the kids going to the next grade level or their next big milestone, the love of your life blossoming, your business to thrive, to be in a different weight class, your hair to get out of that awkward stage where it's not short and yet not long enough to do anything. Whatever it is that you are waiting on, don't forget this is your preparation season. You are getting ready for what you asked for. You are gaining the skills, the belief, the mindset, the capabilities, the tools, the character, integrity, compassion, or anything else you need to be successful at during your next level. While you are doing all of that, don't forget to be present in your life. Feel your life and actually live into it. Experience the joy of each day and the variety of it all. Leave room to change your mind. Hope for something better and actually be open to receive it. Decide who you will be as you become. Decide you are going to be the one who sees the positive regardless of what's swirling on around you. Decide you'll maintain a positive attitude. If you are just so tired and you have tried for the 1,000th time, honey, decide you are growing stronger for what's ahead. Decide your capacity is expanding to handle what's next and beyond. Decide you will be in alignment with what you say you want and what you believe. Decide you'll receive it when it's here, regardless of how long it took. Truthfully, when you're standing in the face of what you wanted, to be a mom, a wife, own a home, drive your dream car, have several degrees, vacation whenever you want, have the freedom to enjoy nature whenever you want to, and any other dreams that come in between. When it's here, it will be on the right time, and you won't care how long it took. Time is relative. Don't waste time resisting how much it takes when the process is where the majority of your life is lived. When you look at the mountaintop, it typically looks like a tip and often a very narrow one. So when you get to the top and take in all the views, recognize your time there is much shorter than the time it took to climb up there. When you find joy in the unfolding, you put yourself in a much better position to enjoy all of life's offerings. Take giving up off the table. When things aren't happening quick enough, it's easy to want to give up and quit. Take that off the table as an option. Don't let time discourage you. We get saved by time more often than we even know. When you aren't ready, you fumble the bag, the relationship, the job or promotion, the kids, you name it. My coach once told me, if we got everything we wanted right when we wanted it, we'd be exhausted. Instantly, I got a visual of me being passed out, exhausted, hair whooped, makeup jacked up, and unable to enjoy anything I asked for. Now, I did not ask for this dream life not to enjoy it. That's part of the beauty of the unfolding, loving it all way more than I even anticipated. Don't focus on the fact that it's not here yet, or you'll miss the beauty of the moments that make up your life. Get into a new relationship with time. Time is not your enemy. It's often the friend you need to help you get yourself together so you are ready when your dreams meet reality. When you find yourself getting irritated, annoyed, distracted, or discouraged by time, remember, it's just a sign to live more in the present, to appreciate all the magical ways your dreams are unfolding right before your very eyes. It's happening. Encourage over your relationship with time, because together we can encourage over everything. Encourager, thanks so much for tuning in. My wish for you is to have your encouragement cup filled up. If you enjoyed this episode, there's a few ways to say thank you. Share it with a few friends. You are a true encourager, and spreading encouraging messages to lift others up, because that's just what we do. Leave a review, light me up with some stars, and share your feedback so we can make encouragement a way of life. To keep the conversation going, connect with me on Instagram at Encourage Over Everything. And don't forget to check out the show notes for today's sponsors, along with how to apply to become an elite encourager for one-on-one coaching, along with all the other ways to stay connected. Thank you so much for being here with me. Until next time, I'm sending you love, light, and loads of positivity, because together we can encourage over everything.